microphone. What do you think that means? Oh, jeez, I should have made you answer that. It's weird. Can everybody do their math questions for today? What was the answer to A? Anyway, it has been my pleasure to work with this comedian over the couple of years, especially this year as the Understudies. We've had such a great time. It is always a pleasure to be able to introduce them to the stage, I must say. They're a good friend. I would play with them on the playground if I was given the opportunity. And we wouldn't fight, I'm sure of it. I would share my Thomas the Tank Engines. And I wouldn't push, because they're so nice and they're so talented at comedy. Please give a warm welcome for Sara, Graham.
Introduced after you've already been on stage. love an intro to the audience that knows you. This is a different Sara. Hi. My name's Sara Graham. In case you missed it the 4 times that we've said it already. You're not gonna believe this. I have always been this awkward. I know it's unbelievable with the confidence and the stature that I carry myself with. If you're looking at me, I'm a little bit hunched over right now. But I have always been awkward. Even as a little kid, I was super weird and awkward. I thought that like a lot of things were secrets that weren't secrets in your childhood. Like I would do something, I'd be like, no one can know. No one can know that I watched an hour and a half of TV at school. I will lie to them. Don't know why I thought it was important to lie, but it's because I thought everything was a secret. I had a friend recently look at me and say, oh, you look like you weren't allowed to drink pop as a kid. Which is true. I wasn't allowed to drink pop as a kid, but that is offensive. Either way, I know it. My parents didn't let me drink pop. They didn't keep pop in the house. My grandma came over once to watch us, and she brought a full case of pop. And my little kid brain was buzzing. I was like, Grandma's bringing a full case of pop over, Mom and Dad aren't here. And she put it in a cellar. It's an unfinished cellar. It was the scariest place in our house. Totally unfinished basement. It was a cold cellar, and it had a little door on it. And every day, for 12 days straight, I snuck down to the cellar, and as quickly as my little tiny kid body could, I chugged a pop. As fast as possible, drank it all the way down, crushed the can, and hid it somewhere in the cold cellar. Anywhere I could find that was a secret little place. I did not like pop. I understood why I wasn't allowed to have it. It was gross. Everyone at school liked it. I was going to learn. 12 days straight, I would learn to like pop. I knew that I read, like as a kid, it was like, oh, if you try broccoli enough times, you'll like it. I was like, this is me and pop. I was drinking full cans of V8. As fast as I could. Full cans of tomato vegetables at record speed. Because my grandma was making a soup. She was making a soup and she brought V8 as the base, and I drank so much of it. To this day, I still don't really like pop. I don't like it. I have grown into this body myself. I do not live comfortably in it. If you ever see me walking around on the street, it's like watching a Sims loading screen. Like when you start building your Sim, that's how I move through the world. I'll show you. Sorry, audio. Oh, and then I move. I always look lost. I've never looked like I knew where I was going or how to get there. I've lived in this city 10 years, and I'll say probably once a week, people stop me in the street and ask if I know where I'm going. I know exactly where I'm going and where I'm getting to. I'm just getting there slowly confused. As any new sim would. I've practiced this part of my set you never get. I know. It's so natural. I practiced this part of my set for my partner, who was in bed at the time, and I was standing at the edge of the bed going... Not a single laugh. The entire set, not one giggle. And I finished it, and they said, "Wow, you're so brave." I said, "What? Brave?" They said, "Yeah, like this comedy stuff. You're so brave for doing it." And I've been doing comedy for 8 years. What are you talking about? He said, "Yeah, but this time, you're doing real Jerry Seinfeld type." I said, "What do you mean? I've been doing comedy for 8 years." And they said, "Don't do impressions." It's not a strong suit of yours. And I kept it in out of spite. Okay. This part actually is brave. Controversial opinion. I love straight people. I know, don't boo yet. You ever got to go on your straight friend's phone on Tinder? I'm like a little kid. I'm hanging out with him, I'm like, "Hey, you have any games on your phone?" You know exactly what I want. Open up that app. I feel very lucky to have dated someone for 8 years, but oh my gosh, when someone opens up a little Tinder app, and I get to see embarrassing straight men's bios? Unbelievable! If I reworked them into a song by Alanis Morissette, it would sound a little something like this. I'm broken, I'm needy. I'll ghost you in 2 weeks. My apartment's a mess now, baby. And when we finally hook up, the sex is gonna be fine, fine, fine. Why are they so honest? Why are they putting that in their bio? Never ever again will you hear straight men and honest in the same sentence without not in between them. Whatever works seems to be working for him. I don't know. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. If we haven't met yet, hi. I'm Sara, in case you didn't catch it the other 5 times. I'm deaf, I wear hearing aids, and it's like a superpower. I don't think you understand getting to turn off hearing aids anytime someone says something you don't want to hear. There's no bigger joy in the world, I'm telling you this right now. Hey, like, can you help me move? What? What did you say? Don't turn them back on. No. This gig is gonna pay with exposure? Money, please! Sara, you really shouldn't do any impressions or singing in your stand-up. Can't tell me nothing about what I should do in my stand-up set. Do impressions and I sing one of them. Okay. I looked at my notes and I have written down, no, but I actually am awkward. Yes. I am an awkward, deaf person. If I don't hear something, I just go, haha, yeah. Doesn't matter what was said to me. On my tombstone, haha, yeah. It's the thing I say most in life. You'll catch me moving boxes because I haha ya'd my way into helping a friend move. And you'll also catch me doing a recorded stand-up set because I haha ya'd Eric one time. Sarah, recording a comedy album. Yeah. Yeah, Eric and I had a great meeting. I wasn't listening at all.
This explains everything.
I'm a big advocate for healthcare. I don't have it, but big advocate. when I did have health insurance, saw a therapist. Thank you. Don't clap too fast. It was really good. I remember he had an appointment one day, and I was like, oh God, it's just so hard being a Virgo. Looking a particular way, do things play by your rules. My therapist was like, Sarah, this is funny, but you can't blame your OCD on being a Virgo. I started crying. It's okay to get emotional. It's okay to feel things. And I was like, no, this is because I'm a Cancer moon. Great losing my health insurance. That was really helpful. Gave me some good material. So audience, I haven't had enough audience participation. When was adults in the room? When was the last time you peed your pants? Mine was 8 days ago at the Taylor Swift concert. Anybody beat that? Long lines to the bathroom. I have kidney problems, so a long line to a bathroom. You'll pee your pants in the Taylor Swift line. Still saw her in concert, still worth it. It's a little cold. Don't worry. I'm seeing a urologist. Yeah. Thank you. When adults have problems with medical things, they go to a doctor, apparently. So I saw a urologist. I started a long time ago, and when I first went, because I was peeing my pants as an adult, as many of us do, totally normal. I started seeing a urologist, and she was like, hey, it's nice to be here. This is a teaching hospital. If you could just sign this form, then other people can come and watch the procedures. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. I want doctors to be good. Learning. Months and months and months later, I had an appointment. And they were like, okay, I'm gonna look at your bladder. And I was like, cool. I walked into the appointment room. Wow. Stirrups. Like you've never seen them before. Wide open. I lay down, put my feet in the stirrups, as the nurse instructed, and a new doctor comes in. He's like, hey, I'm your doctor. Your other doctor is doing something. I don't know. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. One doctor, no problem. No problem. Just the hottest doctor I've ever seen in my whole life. My feet are in stirrups. And, okay, it's fine. The marching band enters. 5 of the hottest doctors you've ever seen. Everyone sign that form. All with clipboards. I'm like, God, do people normally shave for this? What do you do? Okay, so they walk you through the procedure. There's a giant TV, bigger than any TV you've ever seen in a house, right next to my face. And they're like, this is a camera. And you're like, okay. And they put it in, and the doctor's going through, and he's telling me all these things. And I'm like, oh God, just like look. Like, just like tuck your hair behind your ears. Okay, cool. Everyone's scribbling stuff on clipboards. And the doctor's like, okay, we'll go down long. We're going to go up your urethra. And I was like, cool. And they, like, kind of quiet. And I said, never had someone this far inside me before. Not laugh. Not a chuckle, not a slightly heavy breath through the nose, nothing at all. All right. Clipboard sounds. Okay. And he's like, looking at my bladder. It's on a big TV screen. And he's like, look up there. And I was like, okay. He's like, the bladder looks great. I said, buy me dinner first. I can't stop. My mouth is dry. Not a laugh in the room. They scribble some sheets down on a clipboard, all 6 of them, and the nurse are silent. He's like, okay. Starts saying medical words. And he's like, we're going to pull out now. I said, thank goodness! I forgot to take my birth control today. What is wrong with me? He's like, okay, you may feel like an excess of water when this happens. So unimpressed. So done with my shenanigans. He's like, have a good day. They all leave. A parade of 6, except the nurse. And the nurse goes, well, you know what they say about urologists? I said, no, why would I know that? What do they say? He's like, they love a water park. What does that mean? Is this an exceptional circumstance of me, or like everyone's like, what part is the water park? Where's the slide? And is there a lazy river? Because I like that part. She points to the corner and goes, there's some Depends in the corner. You could take them. And you know I took all of them. That stuff is so expensive. I loaded up my bag. I'm not going to be dead buying those from a store again. Because if I'm not thrifty.